Hey there everyone, this is Eric, aka East Hasting with another video for you. So the next two videos in this series I wanted to put up were basically taking a look at map control on Ragnarok, what to do and what not to do. So I got two videos. The first one is going to be a very lopsided game, but it shows you a good example of what not to do when you get control of mid. So we're spawning here at Blue Base, and basically I want to show you a few things to do when you first start the game. Now, the most important things when you first spawn here are to make sure that someone has the Banshee and the Mantis, and then making sure you get grab control of power weapons. The railgun up here is really not as important, truth be told. The most important is probably the sniper, because as you're going to see here in a second, you can get shots on who's ever rushing for the Spartan laser. These two are by far the see right there. You saw him taking out the enemy team, making sure you don't get that. If you are able to get the Spartan laser, it basically allows your vehicles to be freed up and rush mid as much as possible. That's good because then it allows your teammates to move up and it gives you firm control over the mid position. As you can see, we basically just stormed out there, even to a slow start, because I didn't rush up there by any means. I took my time, got the railgun, moved up to mid, and that was about it. I got really lucky there too, because I knew he had the sniper rifle. Probably shouldn't have stuck my head out that long, but he missed his shot, so it's okay in that regard. You can see our Mantis has moved up. I'm not sure where our Banshee is right now, but regardless, we've got good map control. You can see we already have turret pinned down. Pelican is basically not an issue since we control the ridge. Taking pot shots anybody who moves out. Stuff like that. Just keeping them at bay. And this is ideally what you want. On Ragnarok, whoever controls this middle section, if you split the map directly in half, whoever controls that middle line, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win the game. It's just, you just can't win, because otherwise you're trying to make an approach and you just can't do it. Here I get a really nice shot into the railgun. I was very happy with that shot. I really was. But yeah, so basically you can see if they try and push up the mid here, they've got a few people who've got angles on them taking shots at them, and they don't last very long. You know, they take the man cannon and they're going to get picked off, and they're even trying to move up to the sides. They can't do it. They can't move into the caves. They can't move around the corner. They're basically just stuck. And this is exactly what you want on this map. You can see if they move out at all, like this guy, he comes out, just two-shot him, and he's done. And if not, if I somehow miss those shots or he kills me, he's got a power weapon. I've got a buddy there to take him down if I do that. And then same thing here. They can't move up to their caves. They're stuck back there, hiding behind rocks, things of that nature. So a few good examples of perks to have on this map. Stability is a big one. That's the one you get with the rogue specialization. It's a toss-up for me because I think that ammo is really useful on this map too. Because you're gonna see here, I start running out of ammo pretty quickly, and having that ammo perk really makes it nice because it allows your ammo clips to double, and it gives you an extra, I think, 2 clips or 8. No, I think maybe it's just a clip now that I think about it. When you start the match, so it gives you more ammo to start and allows your capacity to go up as well. That also is included for ordnance drops, either yours or the game's, and basically, whatever else you need. Doesn't count for picking up enemy weapons, I'm pretty sure. But if you grab it though with your ammo perk and then die and then re-pick it up, you're still gonna have the same amount of ammo left in. Same thing applies to other people though too, so you have to be careful with that. You want to make sure that you don't like grab an incendiary cannon with the ammo perk and then die and then give them an extra like 10 shots. Got lucky there too. That ghost, I don't know what he was doing, but again, you can see here we're doing a really good job controlling mid. That one ghost snuck by us, but it's really not that big of a deal. Everyone else is basically pinned down to the base, and that's what you want to make sure you do. Don't overreact at any point in time. We all didn't really freak out too much when that ghost went by. The Mantis turned around, which is probably the wisest choice, and everyone else more or less held their position where they're supposed to. So here, you got the speed, and whenever you can do a combo boost like this with the speed and a power weapon, or damage boost and a power weapon, or overshield and a power weapon, it's nice. Believe me, some of the pros love to do this too, where they'll coordinate it. If someone has a damage boost, they'll hold on to it until they get control of the power weapon, and then they'll call it in later. I don't necessarily recommend that, but if you can pull it off, it's really, really nice. One of the problems you have with damage boost, obviously, is that you're very obvious of what you have. So you become a very high priority target, which why is it's a really nice payoff. It's like, yes, you get increased damage, but you're also a huge target. People see that and they start freaking out. This is where I get a little bit overzealous, I think, is probably the word I'm looking for, just because it's really not too smart to have 2 sniper weapons on this map. In this case, it's okay because we have like a lockdown basically on the map itself, but generally you don't want to do this. Generally, you don't want to sit here with 2 sniper weapons, because if someone gets up close to you, unless you're like a god at doing the snapshots and no scoping, I wouldn't recommend it. Get really lucky here. I don't know why the sniper peeks his head out again. Like, that was just so silly, because, again, with the balance in this game, the binary rifle I love. I love it, love it, love it. Obviously, they make it balanced by only making it 2 shots, and then also they can see where you're aiming. So, I don't know why that sniper... He had to have seen that there was a yellow, like, you know, laser homing in on him, so why he popped back out, I'm not really sure, unless he thought he could, like, jump and get a quick, you know, pot shot off or something. I don't really know. I don't know what he was thinking, but here we are. Again, establishing that nice map control. It was broken there for a second, but for the most part, intact. And you can see even the Mantis can't even really push forward. As soon as he turns around that corner, we've got, what, 4 guys here ready to push up on him? So it really isn't a good position for him. He can't really do a whole lot. You can see even though he's standing behind cover and, like, dodging in and out, he's already on fire. Like, that Mantis is already taking a beating, and he's not even out of his home base yet. So there's a lot of benefits, obviously, to holding this kind of map control. And then you're going to see here in a second what happens when it all goes south. What happened was the people who were over there by that little enclave there I'm looking at right now, they decided to wrap around the base and push really, really hard into their base, which is not a good idea. The reason why this isn't a good idea is that it forces the game to spawn them in locations other than their own base. Whenever you have a nice lockdown on where they're going to spawn, you should keep it. You should never, ever, ever push up like this and really just give that up, because you're going to see here for the rest of the game, it kind of becomes a madhouse. For the first 6 minutes, we had them locked down in their base, and before you know it, they're going to start spawning behind us. And the extreme downside about this is that no one was actually looking at the vehicle respawns, so they actually get control of our Banshee, they get control of our Mantis, and then it's basically, here's the thing, it's kind of like a base trade, except that it isn't, because we never actually fully established ourselves in their base again. So you can see here they got control of the Banshee, they're moving it around. Luckily, it doesn't last very long. I think it's because their whole team basically just started spawning on the other side, so their attention was no longer on the enemy and kind of got switched to midfield. I don't know how I survived there. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I think that I was trying to hijack it at that point, and then someone just got a good shot on it that did enough damage to blow it up. This is what I'm talking about, though. Right there, binary rifle. I saw the laser homing down. I knew they were over there. I knew that he had it. And I knew it wasn't our team because I can see our entire team is basically over at their base. So luckily I was able to get a shot off, take him up before he had a chance to take me out. So at this point we basically have traded bases with them, but as you're going to see, what happens is our team ends up pushing mid really, really hard and not leaving anyone back at base. I'm really the furthest person back, with maybe the exception of the guy in the rocks up there, but even I don't even realize this and push up. Just because you want to establish mid, that's what you want to do. Like I said, this game is really quirky when it comes to the spawning system for Red Team, because they're just spawning everywhere at this point. They have Pelican, they have our base, but they really don't have anywhere else on mid. They don't have turret, they don't have the ridge there. They're getting taken out pretty handily too, so this could cause a really weird situation where all of a sudden I'm moving up and then I start getting shot from behind. Not the situation you want to be in when you're getting, you know, basically pinched in the middle of the map by 2 people. I decide here I'm going to try and push up and go towards Pelican, because I'm pretty sure that that's the only safe place on the map at this point in time. You know, relatively safe. There's really not even that much cover there. As you can see, they have our Mantis back there, which is great. Like exactly what you want to see. So yeah, I move up here to Pelican, hoping to find like some kind of spot where I can find out where they're spawning and pick them off as I go. This, oh, that would have been such a nice shot if I actually hit that. I'm a little sore that I missed it, but that would have been a little ridiculous. And here's the problem again with, you know, not having any medium range weapons. I don't have anything other than sniper weapons, so I have to pull back, make sure that I don't get killed here, because I know that I haven't died yet, and I want to stay alive as much as possible, especially with 2 snipers. So here's where it gets really ridiculous, is that these guys are basically spawning in the middle of the map at turret. We basically retook our base, and I guess that we must be far enough up to mid where they don't spawn them at their base anymore, so now they're just spawning them out in the middle, which is like a sniper's dream. I don't know how I don't actually end up getting more kills here. They actually do start putting pot shots on me, so I do have to back off a little bit, and then I just get lucky this game. Usually you don't see ordinances that come like this. I do have the drop ordnance perk, which is really nice in this game. It basically gives you a few seconds heads up between when weapons spawn and when you're able to get them. So I was able to get the drop on a lot of those, which is really nice. This is exactly why I don't mind taking shots like that. Usually if you have the sniper rifle, I don't recommend taking shots on the Banshee unless you know that it's really weak. Just because you want to conserve that ammo as much as possible for people. You're going to get a lot more kills with 4 bullets on 4 headshots than you are against 4 body shots to the Banshee. In this case though, I've had so much ammo, I've been sniping the whole game, and we got a really good lead, so I feel perfectly fine putting shots in the Banshee just to take it down to health, make it more manageable, things of that nature. Because I don't even think we have a Spartan Laser at this point, so that's really the only good way to get shots on it. Same thing with the Mantis. I have no problem taking shots like that because I've got tons of ammo at this point. I'm really not worried about spending a few, taking shots on the Mantis or the Banshee or anything like that. So once again, we finally have kind of reestablished the original spawn orientation that we had at the beginning of the game, which is kind of silly considering that was like 4 minutes of just mayhem. But you can see we still do have a decent amount of map control. Even though we don't really have middle, we do have myself sniping, so if anyone comes over that ridge, they're going to get, shot at least a few times. And it just makes it nice to be able to control that even moderately, because the Mantis can't really move up past that crest because we're going to take shots at it. And here, again, this is one of the downsides about having the ordnance drop when you're not used to it, is you forget how long it takes to actually drop. Usually I'm used to seeing the indicator and just going straight for the weapon, and here I end up wasting a few seconds, so I could have been looking at the ridge, checking out mid, making sure that I am getting shots on the enemy, and instead I'm sitting here wasting time waiting for the sniper to respawn. Here they do end up getting back here, and the reason why I stay here and try and put shots as much as I can on these guys is I don't want them taking our Banshee. Once I see that there's 2 of them and more backup coming, I decide to pull back. In case they do try and move up towards me, I can get a headshot on them, or if they try to come around with the Warthog, I can shoot them there. Luckily my teammates do clean them up, so that's not really necessary, and I try to re-establish myself sniping on this ridge line here. As you can see though, the game's getting close to an end, so I wanted to make sure that I could get a few shots off there, see if I was up a few seconds earlier if I could have got that guy using the man cannon. And like I said, this is probably the only other part of the game where we finally re-established control. If these were better players, it probably wouldn't happen to begin with, but even if they weren't, better players usually will take advantage of that swapping of spawns and just completely wreck you from behind. So that was the gameplay. I believe I only went 15-0, just barely got the perfection, even though I was sniping most of the game. So that was it for Game 1. Game 2 will be coming up in a few seconds. I'll put an annotation right now linking to you that video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you at the next video. Hope this was informative, and yeah, we'll check out the next one, alright?